Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, since we're on, oh, I didn't put no earrings on. How weird of me. Since we're on the topic of well, since the theme this week and this weekend has been focused on the ladies, I wanted to continue with that theme and keep lifting the ladies up and discuss this movie that no one has discussed, that so many female battlers, well, not so many, but a handful of them, but a couple of female battlers were featured in. And it's the 40-year-old version. How did we not talk about that? How did we not embrace that and lift them up? I think this is the thing with battle rap. I feel like we feed off of negativity so much that it's like we never mind the things that really matter. And I feel like a lot of girls playing cameos, and they played themselves in this movie, is important to the culture. Just like when Bodied came out, just like any other crossover gig they might book, I think that we should acknowledge it. And it shows that battle rap is a gateway to other things. You expand on your brand, your creativity, and your reach when you're doing things like acting. Not only that, I feel like acting and battle rapping are like close first cousins. When you're acting, you're sharpening your skills with the battle rapping. And when you're battle rapping, let's be honest, you're sharpening your skills with the acting. Because so much of that shit be bullshit 95% of the times. So 40-year-old version dropped. Let me just take a look. I watched it when it came out. I didn't watch it when it first dropped, right? And then we were on Netflix, and it's like, we need something to watch. And I'm like, let's check out 40-year-old version. First, share, whoever's here, let me share this blog for my morning people. I got coffee because it's early in the motherfucking morning. Well, it's not early, but it's kind of early. I'm going to share this live so everybody could come in. First, let me share it to my Facebook because I haven't gone live on Facebook in a while, but I don't believe in going live on Facebook anymore because it's free. Maybe I need to start going live so I get that star thing next to the thing, so there's a way to donate money, because I don't feel like doing anything for free on other people's platforms. And even though this is my channel, this is still YouTube's platform. So that being said, let's not forget about the black dollar. It's almighty. The black dollar, the black dollar, the black dollar. You see right down there's a super chat sign. Feel free to donate. My Cash App is the Hurricane Do. Put the dollar sign in front of it. It not only will the money get there, it just looks good like that. I like my name with a dollar sign in the front. Join me. I'm just writing my caption for you, Facebook. Join me now. And let's discuss. So in the 40-year-old version, it wasn't like I was expecting anything. So wait, let's just get on it. This is a movie written and directed by a black woman. Her name is Radha Blank. And this movie, so you wouldn't expect, I don't know, sometimes we have low expectation for our people because we don't know what the budget's like. We don't know. And let me be honest. A lot of movies to me are lazy. And it's not just black people. It's just Netflix is pushing some shit to us because we're in a pandemic. And there are things that are trending at number one that, let's be honest, it just doesn't deserve to be there. You could tell the world and the country is bored as shit. And there's just certain things that's trending at number one that I know motherfuckers is bored. I know what it is already. I know niggas is bored. And that's why there's certain movies. And we're just clicking on it and we're watching the shit. And me and my man, we're literally absorbing all of these movies and all of these series, and there's only a couple of standouts, right? So as of late, Girlfriends is one of them. I feel like doing a whole series on the Girlfriends blog. Like, it's just will give me something to do. I want to take it from top to bottom, and I really want to talk about the growth and demise and the growth of like Tony and them. But anyway, let's talk about Rada Blank. She's an American film writer and actress. Blank starred, produced, and wrote and directed the film. Damn, she's directed, produced, wrote, and starred in the 40-year-old version. Blank won the U.S. Dramatic Competition Directing Award at the 2020 Sundance Film Festival for the 40-year-old version. She's already winning awards. Come on now, let's lift our Black women up. This is awesome. She was born in New York City. Let's just go through the accolades of it. The film is loosely based on Blank's experiences as a playwright in New York and was picked up for release by Netflix. Finally being consistent, right? I'ma try. Let's see what happens when I go back to work. Because to be honest with y'all, I'm off right now. And that's why you haven't seen me complaining like, oh my God, you guys know I work 40 and 50 and 60 hours a week. So let's see what happens when I get back on that schedule. But Blank shot the film on a 35 millimeter black and white film. It's very simple. The film's autobiographical nature is highlighted by the filming in Blank's apartment and the inclusion of her real life brother in the film. So I didn't know that the guy playing her brother was her real life brother. Don't ask me if I did any research, like back research. Obviously, I didn't. And the point of my blog is to be like inclusive with you guys. So the shit I don't know, we can all discover together. And that's how I'm going to continue to blog. We'll research together. Before that, she worked as a writer and producer on Spike Lee's Netflix series, She Gotta Have It. I did not watch She Gotta Have It, the Netflix version of it. I did see the original, though. And that's about it. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 98% rating at Rotten Tomatoes. And I think that's pretty commendable. But let's talk about the battle rap aspect of it. So in the movie, she was like an artist, a play teacher of theater. I think she was teaching theater in the movie. She was a theater instructor. And she wanted to write a play, or she wrote a play about the gentrification of Harlem. And then within the play, there were these two characters, well, three main characters, a Black couple, and then their neighbor was a white woman. She wrote the play in a specific way, right, to like really touch on the things that's going on in Harlem. Now, I was excited watching the movie because I'm from the Bronx. I lived in New York. I lived in Harlem before. I lived in Queens before. And of course, I lived in the Bronx. And it was exciting to watch because I lived through the gentrification of Harlem. And it's such a big deal to me. It was so touching to me to like, all right, this is dope. Because no one's really, I mean, people talk about it, but in Hollywood, they're not. And it kind of like Harlem people I know are like a little disturbed by the gentrification because it's like, you know, it's the same thing that's happening in Brooklyn. Brownstones that probably were once $300,000, $400,000 the most are now millions of dollars. And it's like you're pushing the locals and natives out of their neighborhoods. You should see what happened to 125th Street. Which side? Because is the east side still? Because you know, y'all know, I know the 4, 5, and 6 125th Street is like a Dauphine gathering. Is that still happening by McDonald's? Because I used to hate getting out the train right there and going, you know, handling my business and shit. And niggas is just like, it was just like that was their gangland. Yeah, over there on Lenox is still the Walking Dead area. Okay, now 125th Street on the west side, I know, I seen it. Listen, I'm from the days of Jazz Fest. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You know, when the African American Day parade was popping. You know what I mean? When we was doing shit like that. So when the fucking tables was out, when all the Africans, you could go to 125th Street and it was like a real African market at one time. Now even my dad used to be out there with his table selling like color contacts, color contacts, and sneakers and shit that he bought from 28th Street. Remember Mart went, now that's going back even further. Mart 125 was like what the Coliseum is to Queens. Y'all remember that? Oh my God, Mart 125 was great. That's where you got all your 10-carat jewelry for the kids that couldn't afford that real shit that the rappers were wearing. Y'all remember that? So Harlem definitely changed. Listen, I was there when it was what's the burger spot right there that they changed? There was a club. There was, damn it, it's not coming to me right now. I shouldn't have been there. Willie's Burgers. Then there was another club that was diagonal from Willie's Burgers on 145th Street. You know where Popeyes is at now? And right across the street, there was like this club. Nemi! Hi, Nemesis. Nemesis just battled Dre Dennis, and I heard it was a smoke session. We was talking about that yesterday, and I was just like, I am not surprised, because Dre Dennis to me is very, very he's plateauing right now. I'm gonna make it my business not to drag Dre Dennis every time his name comes up. So he's a very creative he's a creative content creator and like a dope producer as far as like battle rap content is concerned with his league, but I feel like he's been stuck on a plateau when it comes down to him like elevating in skill. But I'm sure the battle is great. I can't wait till they motherfucking drop it, girl. I can't wait. Thank you. Same to you. Blessings, Demetrius. Blessings to you and your family. And I hope all is well. And I hope these holidays really like hit you guys in a loving way, because this is going to be, we're experiencing Christmas for the first time, like in this COVID lockdown era. Like, do you guys feel like things are going back to normal? I don't. But let's get back to the 40-year-old version. So I was very touched that she touched on the gentrification of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? That really meant something to me, just being from New York City. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they trying to outprice us. People are leaving and, relocating in record numbers from New York. The rent was already high. The situation was already tight before all of the gentrification shit. But now that they're going into the hoods, they're coming to the Bronx. Like, if you're from the Bronx, if you live on the Hunts Point area, you could see like they're taking those lofts. And no offense to white people, but that's what you are. White people are buying the lofts on Hunts Point, and they're taking those roofs apartments. I mean, it's a beautiful transition to watch. But this is the thing I'm going to touch on real fast: the political and social matter, the problem I have with what they're doing. Yes, because one of my friends brought it up. She's like, and she was white. She said, but isn't it a good thing that they're like cleaning up the neighborhoods, and just whereas the community, the locals can't afford it, so people are coming along. She's referencing to like developers, and they're cleaning it up for you guys. And I'm like, well, you know what? These people in power are the ones who fucked the shit up in the first place. You guys came and dumped a bunch of crack and dope and shit into the hoods. And I think it's your responsibility to clean that shit up. And I think that it's also your responsibility to keep people, where they can afford to live in the neighborhoods that they grew up in, the neighborhoods that the powers that be destroyed. My big thing, I'm going to get off of this because y'all know I'll get Black Power in a minute. But like, locals should really take a little bit more initiative into their neighborhoods. I know people who are activists, especially for your neighborhood. So if anybody ever wants me to put them in touch with people who could really help and really put a pause on, because certain projects, they're even coming in and buying the projects, and people are having like getting slips where you got to hurry up and get out. And then if you think about the way COVID hit, and it's telling you guys not to pay rent, or there's a break on the rent. I also heard, I haven't researched, that people are getting eviction notices in record numbers. So that's fucked up. It's almost a setup. But a lot of people always felt like elite people wanted New York City for themselves. But now that we're in the era of the internet, how valuable is New York City really when you don't need to be anywhere at any specific time? So moving out in New York just might be the thing, but we'll always have that nostalgia to look back on. But was it Grand's Tomb? When I was like Jazz Fest, the original name for the Harlem thing was Jazz Fest, but I think we called it Grand's Tomb. I think the kids, like when we just wanted to go outside and put our sneakers on and shit and walk up and down 125th Street, I think we called it Grand's Tomb. It's not coming back to me, but I'm trying to remember. Yes, Grand's Tomb. Okay, I know I wasn't bugging. That's what we called it when we wanted to walk up and down the blocks. So I was happy that Rada touched on the gentrification, because if you really, another thing is, I used to work for Halstead Property. A lot of the white people in Harlem are European. A lot of the white people moving into Harlem, like the heart of Black Harlem, are Europeans. Like a lot of people from Russia and shit like that. Now, the movie was about the teacher. She was a teacher. She was 40 years old, obviously. And she was teaching her class. And she was also a playwright. But like, not successful yet, but she knew, you know how you know in your heart you're talented and you just need that break. She needed that break. And then she got a break, but there was a couple of things that they wanted her to do. They wanted her to make a couple of changes to the script. I don't know who they were trying to make it more relatable to the masses. That was the discussion. They were trying to make it relatable to the masses. And when they say the masses, I'm just going to assume they mean white people. So they wanted white people to also feel included in this transition. She needed some inspiration. She wanted to recreate herself. And she decided that she wanted to rap. Now, that to me was the best part, because it's not like in this movie with this character, it's not like she was always a rapper. It's like one day she was like talking to, I forget what the scene was. In the scene, she was like looking at herself in the mirror, and sort of reminded me of what Issa Rae does in Insecure. Like she was inspired and she heard herself rapping and she felt like, this is something I could do. Why not? And then when she went to this guy's house to rap over the beat, it actually sounded like something. So her, what you call the other name, her ego, her alternate ego, or her rap name in the movie was Rodimus Prime, which I thought was quite clever, and I like it. So here's another fun fact in New York City history. Rodimus Prime is so fire because back in the days in the 90s, between Graphic Arts and Park West, there was this gang called the Decepticons, and they were all from Brooklyn, and they all had like names similar to real Decepticons from the Transformers. And listen, we're gonna get into it real quick, okay? So it was the Decepticons, and then the girls wanted to be a part of it, as us girls always want to do, and they were called the Deceptinettes. They were in the paper at one time for stabbing people with ice picks. Yes, they were violent sometimes, and it was a high school gang. It was mostly, I think some of them are still together. This is this Brooklyn shit. The Decepticons, Lowlives, Who Loves Polo. There was even a tribe called Guess. It was a lot going on in Brooklyn. They were really creative. And when I was going to school in graphic arts, they were like some of the best dressers. Brooklyn people were really into fashion. So it was never a surprise to me when like Little Kim came out and she was just all into Chanel and shit like that as a kid. It was like that. But so her name is Rodimus Prime, and she gives you a like her aura as a rapper is very Wu-Tang, very 90s, very I liked it though. I liked the style. It wasn't super lyrical, but definitely witty, definitely touched on current events, and she spoke about herself. And then what made it even more fire was that she was real. Like you're a standout as a rapper when you're owning your individuality and actually rapping about shit that you live and things that you're doing and actually rapping about who you are. So that's what made her rhymes stand out. I'm trying to remember the name of one song, and for some reason Issa Rae's fucking rap keeps coming in my head, and I'm just irked because it keeps coming up, right? And pussy, right? And pussy. Why is that stuck in my fucking head? So let's just get down to the production of it. Oh, they announced it in August 2019. It was released at the Sundance Film Festival. I remember seeing Babs and them talk about it, and that's going to be the nitty gritty of this and how it connects to what we doing here on this channel. So, woo. So basically, the movie got an 8.10 out of 10. They love it. Website critics called it, the 40-year-old version opens a compelling window into the ebbs and flows of the artist's life and announces writer director star Radha Blank as a major filmmaking talent with her feature debut. So I wasn't expecting the movie to be that funny. I'm gonna be honest. I was not expecting to have that many laugh out loud moments. It made me proud. Okay, so let's move on to the story because I don't want to tell too much of the story. I really want you guys to support the film by getting hype of what I'm talking about and then going back and watching the shit and sharing this blog so we could just like lift the ladies up because Queen of the Ring is involved in this this film. So during the film, Rodimus Prime, let's just stick to her character. Rodimus Prime, she was recording with this guy. The guy wound up having a crush on her. And I think he was like, he might have been about 15 years younger than her, 15, 16 years. She calls him a baby, but he was fucking with the way she rapped. He wanted her to pursue it seriously. She had a moment of, she choked. She went to an open mic. And when she was choking and didn't even realize she was choking until she was deep into the choke. It was an awkward moment, but a very real moment. Did I ever have a choking moment? Yeah, I did. So it was really good in that instance. And then I guess she wanted to research more about like her brother. Oh, and then also her and her brother were going through this transition with cleaning out their mom's apartment. I haven't experienced a parent dying. That's what I'm saying. This film is so layered. It's so layered and you consider so much shit. And it's so New York City because it's like, I remember when my great-grandmom died and we had to go over there and go in her apartment and clean everything up. So then her and her brother were dealing with facing that because I believe in the movie they said the apartment was just sitting there a year after her death. Then they went to go look at battles. They went to one of these battle rap, and it was a Queen of the Ring event. So at this point, I was like, oh my God, yes, bitches, go. So you see Babs, give it up for the ladies. You see they had Misfit in there. I believe it was Misfit versus Shuni in this. I think I want to say it was Misfit versus Shuni. And it was Norma Bates versus Misunderstood. Now, those couple of names you're familiar with, you're probably not too familiar with Misunderstood. So let me just give you guys a brief. Misunderstood is an Islamic sister, and she battle raps. She battle raps in full garb, and there's nothing crass or overly sexual. She's not a typical battler. She's not rapping about typical things. When it comes to style, she's more like a 90s rapper. The 90s rappers, to me, like late 80s and 90s rappers, they rapped with a message. So Misunderstood, you guys should check her out. Check her out on her social medias. She raps with the message, and the message is uplifting. Also, let me give you some of her other credentials. She recently shot with Vogue Arabia, the actual Vogue magazine Arabia. She did swimsuit photo shoots and full body swimsuit, a full body swimsuit company, which is made to market towards Islamic women who want to remain covered. And now she has this movie feature. So, I think that she has a lot under her belt. She's not one of the more popular girls in battle rap, but I feel like she's taking the right strides towards, solidifying her brand. So in that battle, they had Norma verse, Misunderstood. Norma absolutely came through with okay, oh motherfucking K. That was exciting because I want Norma to come back. First of all, I miss Norma in the fucking ring. I think the last time we seen Norma, it was Norma versus MDB out in California. I had to support the Black Dollar. Yes, Asha, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for bringing it up. Because you know when I start talking, I'll just start talking and I'll get into it. The Black Dollar, guys. The Black Dollar is almighty. When you see people doing independent things and independent movements, it's okay to go into your change purse and break off a little change. Karma's a real thing. When you give, you get 3, 4, 5 times over. 3, 4, 5 times over when you give. 3, 4, 5 times over. It's a real thing. Energy is a real thing. It's a real thing. It goes round. You give what you get. What you take will be taken. Thank you, Ashad. Thank you. So remember, guys, you can super chat here or always $ Hurricane Do or $ Gutter City 44 with Cash Apps. PayPal, I think I'm like HD Beauty or something like that. But if y'all want to PayPal me, let me know. I'll put it in there. But I was so happy to see the girls and they were in their element. Misfit was herself, very comfortable, very comfortable. All of them like were camera ready. It was just so dope to see them camera. Oh, let me not leave out the fact that Mickey Fax also had an appearance in this movie, also had a cameo. Mickey just released a ton of projects. He works like his work ethic is crazy. He's releasing a ton of projects. So you'll definitely see Mickey Fax in that movie. Shuni it was so good to see. Shuni looked good too. She looked juicy. Shuni was looking juicy and that shit. I said, you black bitch. I love Shuni, guys. I love Shuni. You know, easy to go and you as woman. I got to tap in every time. Good looking. I appreciate the support. And y'all know Easy appreciates the support. So shout out to the dickheads in DHG. All right. So, like I said, I'm not going to tell you guys about the whole movie. The point of this blog is just to bring recognition to the other things the ladies are doing. Babs be working behind the scenes, and she does a lot of independent films, web series, and I just feel like she's one of those women who are really pushing women in the culture of hip-hop forward. We need like our OGs and vets to continue opening the doors for the younger girls and the newer girls and the newer faces that are coming in. So on that note, I just wanted to just do a really quick blog and talk about the 40-year-old version real quick with y'all. I really want everybody to go to Netflix, give it a try, because trust me, I am a fucking tough critic. I don't watch anything. I don't laugh at anything. And I'll talk shit about anything if I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It's my opinion. But this movie was really, really, really fucking good. It made me laugh. It just connected to me on so many levels. It was so layered. It was just great. I really enjoyed watching Rada's fashion sense. It was fun to me. Like, I mean, I'm obsessed with tutus, but I don't wear them. And it was just like the head wrap, the jean jacket, everything about her was just, I loved it. All right, gang. Y'all already know I'll be back later on today to probably discuss some more battle rap shit. I'm trying to get Miami to come on with me. She should be coming on with Easy on the Caffeine channel. We're trying to see what's up. Other than that, I gotta call E-Heart too, because she be on her superstar shit. And I'm waiting for my baby to come home. It's early. I'm having coffee. Please get Stamp. Do y'all want me to try to get Stamp on live? I think that would be interesting. Stamp's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? He's actually laughing about the whole issue online right now, but it's not a laughing matter in some sectors. So it's not, it's just that I think people have to understand the perspectives. when you're in the world, there's different perspectives. Everybody does not have to respect the shit that you respect just because you respect it. So there's so many arguments and ways this thing can go, because I actually have a decent argument for both sides. I really do. But we'll talk about that some other time. Shout out to Rada Blanks. Shout out to Babs, the Bunny. Shout out to Queen of the Ring. Shout out to Misfit, Norma Banks, Mickey Fax, Misunderstood, Shuni the Rapper. You guys really made me proud. You did really great for the culture. This is a moment that they cannot take away from y'all, nor can they erase. It feels so good to do a blog like this. So that's it, guys. I'll see y'all later. Maybe I'll have Easy come on and do some stuff for me on the channel, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent for you guys with the topics, big or small. I think that we should cover them. Easy versus Calico. Tell Smack to set it up. That will be a crazy battle, and I think Easy deserves it. But I don't want Easy to rush his opponents. I want him to have a nice long, high quality battle career. You know what I'm saying? But Easy versus Calico would be fire. It needs to happen. They both talk that real life shit. It would be totally interesting. Detroit versus Philly. You know, we're here for it. Easy to go on my mama. Heard you. He is the GOAT though, for many reasons. Maybe I'll explain maybe on his birthday or something. All of the great things that come with Easy the Block Captain. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is he a GOAT in battle rap, in real life, you know what I'm saying? He's a really hard worker and has a work ethic that has kind of changed my mind about a lot of things that I do and the way I used to handle a lot of things. And he has contributed towards my growth as a human being and a functional citizen. You know what I'm saying? Me being a functional citizen is a big deal, but we could talk about that some other time. So anyway, I'm leaving. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. All right? Bye.